Oh, you look so good. All right. So let's get this session started. We are live now, and the session is on MS Fabric case studies. So, day before yesterday, we were having a discussion with Prachi Jain, and she said, "Hey, Arun, and others that were in the discussion." She said, "Hey, have you heard about X and Y?" And we said, "Yeah, we have. We have heard about it, but we don't know." The details of it. So could you guide us, or could you share with us some case studies that can help? Why don't we do it for COE, something that can help learners, something that you can lead a discussion on, and people can not only get awareness but also um, learn about what are the benefits, how they did it, and things like that. So that conversation with Prachi and others resulted in this seminar. And Prachi is here to do a short and sweet session on MS Fabric case studies. So, having said that, those of you who do not know Prachi will introduce herself and we'll get the session started. Okay. Alrighty, let's get moving. Over to Prachi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, to come here. Thank you, COE team, for giving me the this opportunity to present here. So, hello, everyone. So, I like coming from my background. I am working on the data engineering and analytics works for over 5 years, and my main focus around the Microsoft Fabric and the BI. So basically, I am working on a data solution, building the end-to-end data solution for client, and I am working here in the Dream IT Consulting Services over 5 years. So let me share my screen and show you what we will discuss today. Let me know when you can see my PowerPoint screen.
It's visible, Prachi.
Yeah, thank you. So here, like what we will discuss today, we will discuss Microsoft Fabric studies, Microsoft Fabric success stories. Why I choose this topic? Because everyone asks why they need to choose Microsoft Fabric. Does Microsoft Fabric mature enough they can move their complete in-house system or the existing traditional database system that currently they are using? Can they switch to Microsoft Fabric? Is Microsoft Fabric mature enough? So that's why like we are discussing here so that you can relate, you can see the Microsoft Fabric success. And here today we are like I am not talking about the company, uh, the organization that you don't know the name. Here we will here we will discuss what we will discuss. We will discuss the stories of the Apollo Hospital. Like here we will discuss the industries from the India. The Apollo from the healthcare industry, the Apollo Hospital, and from the food or delivering partners, Swiggy. So, what will be our agenda today? So here we will discuss just a very short brief of Microsoft Fabric as mostly oh most of them you heard the term Microsoft Fabric. Then we will just see the key highlights of the Apollo Hospital, why they choose Microsoft Fabric, Swiggy, and just the takeaways. So let me go to the what is Microsoft Fabric. As most of them, or if you don't know, so what is Microsoft Fabric? Microsoft Fabric is unified cloud data platform where we can build, we can store, we can analyze the data. Microsoft Fabric is SaaS platform, software as a service. Here, I don't need to take care about the server down, take care about the upgrade of the server. Here, everything is maintained by Microsoft. There will be no downtime. Maybe like if there will be downtime, definitely the issue will be on the Microsoft end, and Microsoft is handling those servers. So I can say that 99.9% there is no downtime. So what Microsoft is Fabric is the one unified platform where we can do the real time data, we can do the batch analytics, everything we can do in the Microsoft Fabric. So this is just a brief overview. Now let me go to the studies. Apollo Hospital. Like as we know, this is the India's largest private healthcare platform. Here, I think it have 70 plus health hospitals, 70 plus, and so this is the India largest private hospital. So what challenges Apollo Hospital were facing? Why they adopt Microsoft Fabric? So what was the issue? Like as this is the like hospital, like hospital. So like they were facing issue with the hours of latency, manual reporting. Suppose like as I said, they have 70 plus branches over the cities. They have 70 plus different locations. So there like how they will manage like suppose there one hospital have seven one hospital have one hospital have beds, but other hospital have shortage of beds for the patients, and one hospital have less patient, other hospital have more patients. But like currently, because they don't have the real time data, so they can transfer like if they have the real time data, they can, if this is possibility like last time, so they can transfer out, they can manage those hospitals, they can transfer that, like they can basically they can make the decisions if that hospital are not consuming the beds that much and the other hospital are shortage having shortage, so they can transfer or they can manage the things. Same with respect to the doctors as well, nurses as well. If they have the lot of patient, they can transfer those patient to their different branch. So the so those were the challenges. Operational blind sports means the example that I told you. Like they was not aware about. Like in the today currently at the moment beds are available. Like suppose beds are available or will be available. For example, today I saw beds are now not available, but my previous patient, their previous patient who will be recharged to who will be discharged today, sorry, who will be discharged today, then beds will be free for related to that those rooms. But with as they don't have real time data and big healthcare system, and so they are not aware about, so those kind of thing, those are like those will be considered as blind spots. If like work is happening, problems are there, like because they don't have the real time data. If they will have the real time data, then yeah, they can take a decision and do the take the actions immediately instead of delay, like instead of taking another actions, like they can take more effective action in that case.
Prachi,
So
I've seen. In the December of last year, I'm giving you my own example. My mother was sick.
yes,
I'm sorry to say that she has passed away December 30th last year. But when she was sick, and when I saw the other people in a hospital, what typically happens is it takes up to 3 hours. So let's say there are 10 rooms, and one room is a couple patients. They come and they have been discharged. Now they have a form system where there's somebody who's the floor monitor has to tell has to write an email, or they have their own systems where they say now this patient is being discharged. So from the time the patient is discharged to the notification, and to the to them coming back and telling the next patient that now we have a bed for you, you don't have to wait, it used to take 3 hours. I have seen it myself. Okay. So this was just in one department, uh, one hospital. But imagine somebody like Apollo who have multiple facilities. So for them, they are managing lots of beds, lots of patients. So the real time decision making is very important for them because they can give beds to people. So this is a very simple and very real example that you are coming up with. So go ahead, Prachi.
Yeah. Then, like, then Apollo choose Fabric solution. In that, they have the unified data platform. They can use the so what are like basically what they choose the Microsoft Fabric, and what they need the real time data. So can anyone tell me like which workload or artifact we can use for real time data?
Event stream.
Yes. So we can get the real time data like using the event stream. So Microsoft Apollo choose the real time stream to get the real time data, and they use the event stream for the real time data. And we can create the real time dashboard as well in the Fabric, or we can use they are using the direct lake. They are using the Power Dashboards in a direct lake mode, so that whenever data will be there, it will be lending as it is flowing from the event stream. It will be lending in the lake house, whichever store system they are using, and then that is connected with our with their report, and they can see, like they can see the immediately as Arun sir told, like they can get the notification. Even in the Fabric we can send the notifications. We can create the flows. In that flow we can immediately something happen, we can send the trigger, we can send the notification. If this, suppose like in the dashboard, we can make the dashboard in such a manner, we can set the threshold. If this hospital, Apollo, this site hospital have beds available less than 5, so that they can immediately notify it. Yeah, there are less than 5 beds available, so that they can see what they can do, or they can see the other floors, or whatever decision they need to make, they can do that. So this is the real time solution they choose, Apollo. And what was the impact? What was initially before Fabric, they need to do the manual tracking, like as the example Arun sir gave. They need to check, like wait, like the information will be passed from staff to staff, from different floor members to different floor members. Then we can get, yeah, now I think that bed will be available in that floor, in that room number. But now the 25% reduction in manual tracking, because we have the real time data. We everyone have the mostly uh, everyone have a smartphone, or that Opal like organization can provide to their staff members to track the things instead of manual tracking.
Yeah,
And
Prachi, I will tell you the exact process flow that happened. So I asked them, why is my mother not being able to get a bed? Because, first of all, she was in a VIP category. And imagine, this was a VIP category. She was a VIP. I had a lot of resources. I could have used my influence. So I said, I can see that in your hospital you have two two vacancies for beds. So why is she being made to wait? She's critical right now, so she needs a a place. And I can see visually because I was in the hallways. um and I said, I can visually see. So nurse came and said, my junior nurse has to come and inform the that nurses on the floor. That nurse on the floor will then go to the floor monitor who's sitting outside. Then that floor monitor will speak to the right person in the administration. Then that person will raise something. So it was, they gave me a very long flow. But if they had a dashboard where one could see then everybody would have been informed instantly without having to go through all these workflows that they have, because that is nothing but admin workflows, right?
Right,
So
sir.
dashboard would have been very, very useful. So I'm glad that Apollo Hospital has taken a step in the right direction, where they have involved this event stream or direct lake. So for normal users may not understand direct lake, they may not understand fabric, they may not understand very, but today we know that we have technology that can help getting decisions faster. So it is a very good example, Prachi.
Thank you, sir.
Go ahead, Prachi. Please, please,
Yeah,
please, please continue.
sure. So you can see the list of impact that Apollo business impacted. So, and here is the real case story that is posted by Microsoft. Give me a minute, let me open that. Let me know. You can see my web browser screen as well.
Yeah, we can see that. So, Prachi,
Yes,
many a times, as you and I know, and many other professionals also know, sometimes they ask, are you familiar with the m- any success stories, and uh,
correct.
even when we are dealing with the clients, so we have to
Yes,
take examples from these success stories and tell the clients, hey, this is what we can do for you. We can try a POC with couple few reports and see how it goes. Sometimes
correct,
in the interviews, they just want to know if you are a part of MS Fabric, if you have just moved from Power BI. So these are the anecdotes or stories you can tell that if they could do it, you can also do it. And this is how we're going to start. We'll try with something small. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, we'll try to figure out if there's another way of doing that. So
correct, sir.
one should participate in such discussions, uh, whether it is led by Prachi or Surya or anybody, any one of you. We can continue to discuss these stories so that all of us learn from the stories, all of us figure out how it was done, and we are better prepared for interviews, or we are better prepared for meeting with the clients. So it is very, very helpful, guys. So this is why we keep on discussing these kind of things in seminars and forums. So today you have learned this. Prachi has shown you where you can find more information, where you can go ahead and read, and maybe you can speak to. Let's say if I was in Chennai. Chennai has Apollo Hospital. It's one of the best hospitals for a variety of things. Apollo is also in New Delhi, I guess. So they have a whole chain. So I would go and ask, hey, somebody in IT, uh, if I was, trust me, if I was there in New Delhi, I would have, or Chennai, I would have gone to Apollo, seen what they are doing, and talk to, somebody. I'll reach out to the right people, especially the hospital administrator, and say, hey, I'm a student or I'm a professional learning about this. I hear that you've done a good job at your hospital. Can I take like 15 minutes of XYZ's time to learn more about it? This is how we learn, guys. All right, Prachi, keep going.
And this we can utilize in two ways. Why, like as initially I told you, everyone talk about fabric and they question like the first question is fabric mature enough? So you can show, yeah, if you see the India's largest healthcare organization using the Microsoft Fabric, the real time stream. Still, they need any witness. They can see their success story. They can see the figures what their GM said. Like this is
Correct,
the
Prachi.
line from
Or
GM.
see, Prachi, with any technology, whether it is Databricks or whether it is Fabric or whether it is Snowflake or whatever. See, maturity is at a point in time. If somebody asks me, is iPhone mature enough? So it is as mature as it can be, but every year there will be new developments, new features. Especially in Fabric, which is the fastest growing technology, every month they are coming out with new features. So we can't say everything is mature in Microsoft, everything is mature in Amazon, everything is mature in XYZ places. Maturity is only a point in context. Sorry, a point in time.
Yes.
So everything will keep on evolving. Our job as professionals is to keep evolving with the new features, new technologies. Tomorrow something new will come. So we can say previously Apollo or XYZ client was using this. Now something new has come. So if you guys realize that Prachi, I think 1.5 months back or maybe 2 months back, she was one of the first a few people who delivered a seminar on translating data flows. And many people at that time, that feature was new. Um, they did not understand what is meant by what is meant by trans, and what is meant by analytical. So she demonstrated very well how a translatical data flow is used, what are its limitations, where we can use that feature. So Prachi is one person who always comes up. She does study of features, she implements it, and she comes and talks about it. So this is the kind of forum that is a good forum. Prachi has also gone to multiple other forums, spoken about many new features, which is why I always invite Prachi and say, "Hey, Prachi, is there anything new that has come? Is there a POC that we can talk about? Is there anything that you have realized working with different kind of professionals you're seeing? Can you come back and share it with our group?" I talk to Surya the same way. I talk to everybody and say, "Hey, you can come up and share this, have a discussion in a seminar, so that many people will learn about what's maturing, where are we at, what's generally available, what is not available yet, what is in the preview, how does it impact a normal human being." So we talk about it in a general simple way, so that awareness grows. The whole purpose of this seminar is awareness. Please keep going, Prachi.
So here you can see the more detail about this, and if you want to hear from the Apollo GM or of the Apollo director, one of the management person give the interview to the fabric management team as well. So you can check that video in the Microsoft Fabric YouTube channel, and there is one playlist, the Fabric Talk F2 Fabric Talks Fabric Friday. So this was the series name. So you can see the interview as well.
And
That
I
was
think
the great
Yeah, I
interview.
think Prachi, you were one of the pioneers. You had gone to this channel and spoken about your experiences with Fabric in the past.
Yeah,
So,
that was a different channel, sir. The
oh,
currently
okay, okay, okay.
that is the series by Microsoft Fabric only. Like they are doing the Fabric Friday TV shows, TV talks.
Fantastic, fantastic. So I will, Prachi, if you can share it with Prem Sai,
Sure,
he will make sure that we can share the links to the channel when we send out the recording, or everybody can see it on YouTube. But we can add a link to those channels. That's pretty interesting to learn about all of this.
sure, sir.
So Prachi, I believe that you have another story as well. So as and when you
Yes,
find
sir.
time, please share the other story as well.
Sure, sir. So the second, this is the very recent, very fresh story. Like the 2 days back, you can say. So the Swiggy, as everyone knows, Swiggy. Have you done order today? Have you orders using Swiggy or just went to restaurant or Swiggy or Zomato only on the weekdays? So
We order
as
a lot of things from Swiggy, but we never imagine that there is fabric that can help Swiggy. So we would love to know what Swiggy did with MS Fabric. Very
yes,
interesting.
yeah. So as I don't think need to talk about Swiggy, what Swiggy is doing. So let's directly go to the challenges. So what challenges they are having? They are having the similar kind of challenges. Like as like Swiggy is just not a food delivering system. They started the Instamart as well. So they are or the food delivering or the for the Instamart as well. The 10 minutes delivery system. The there are a lot of things like same as we signed the Apollo. So here also like we have the operational delays, like 10 minutes. The product is available, but they don't have the real time information. So if they don't have that information, then definitely there will be like in the 10 minutes they need to deliver. Like same as Blinkit, as you all already using Blinkit, Instamart. So there they are facing challenges with respect to inventory. The same like communication between the management as well. The inventory is like stock is not available, but as at that moment they are not using the real time data, so their data is refreshing in a batch processing, like once a day or after 4 hours, not near real time data, not real time data. So they are not able to do the take a decision immediately. There are a lot of challenges there. So then again same, they choose what they choose the Microsoft Fabric real time system, and they choose the OpenAI chatbot as well. Why they choose this? Because as the system is 10-minute system, and suppose in that area there is rain, so like in 10 minutes they cannot deliver that product. So for which purpose they will use Azure OpenAI chatbots? They will use to predict, to see these type of condition, and they can estimate the time based on that. And proactively they can communicate with the staff members, with the teams, and with the customer as well. Those boards can take care about that. If deliverable, if the delivery man not able to communicate why he is delay because of the rain, immediate rain, as in the Mumbai we can see very frequent rains, so they can take a decision. And yeah, so for that purpose they went to the real time intelligence, like real time data. And then after that the business impact, yes, the inventory is accuracy. And like here, what do you mean by inventory accuracy? Because as those ordering company, those delivery company, the Instamart, they have lot of discount, like they provide a lot of discount. But what happened, they don't have the real time, like they don't have the real time data. So some fraud happen, like misuse of the discount code. So these type of things happen. So now using the Microsoft Fabric, they can trace, they immediately know what is happening, what is going on, and then they can make a decisions. So this is the impact on the Swiggy. And what key takeaways you can take from here? You can see the leadership commitment. You can see the like India's non organization use the Microsoft Fabric. So why, like you can show this, like you can show this as your skills and the organization that are using the Fabric, then you can do the same kind of work for other organization as well. And here, why we choose Microsoft Fabric? Because this is continuous innovation, like they can adapt the AI as well. Like Apollo already started the AI, like they will they with with Microsoft, they will build the healthcare chatbot as well. So
Okay,
this is continuous in evolving and centric, and the SaaS product we don't need to take care about the servers, clusters, these things we don't need to take care about.
excellent. So, guys, in our Fabric Premium batch, all the people are creating or they have created in the past lot of portfolios of their own. So just like you saw that Apollo has done something, Swiggy has done something, similarly our students take up projects from retail, from supply chain, from finance, from HR, and based upon the real time business scenarios, based we take some data sets and we try to these students try to showcase everything. And not only they showcase, they write articles, they write their blogs, they write their experiences, and they not only share it with everybody but also they share it with the interviewers, the hiring managers. And so let me switch over. So any student who is there today or any professional that is here in the team today, if they want to showcase just an example. We won't go into details, but let us show a very high level example of what case studies look like. Prem or Akriti, if you are here, can you like give a glimpse of what it looks like? Prem?
Sure, sir.
Yeah, we can
Sharing.
have Prem. I think Prem is one person who mentors a lot of people. So Prem can give a sample example of like, what one can create and what one should aspire to. If Prem is here, I would want to have Prem first, followed by Akriti, so that we can just give a sample to people, especially who are new to it, who are joining us from different groups within COE, and they are new to it. They are from, maybe they are from non IT. Who knows? But maybe they have some experience with Power BI. Maybe they have some experience with Excel and SQL. But you have to see the difference in the education that is provided to everybody. Prem, are you here? Can you show your screen with a sample portfolio? Uh, Prem, can you hear us? I'm not sure if you can hear us or something. Akriti, while Prem is coming, while Prem is doing that, I don't care. I mean, anybody, Abhijit Pathak or even you, Akriti, can just show a sample example of anything that what it looks like.
Sure, sir. Prachi, can you stop sharing?
Yeah, sure.
Prachi will come back to this in a minute, but l- uh, you know let's just give an example. Because the way you talked about Prachi, you talked about, you are showing a case study, you are showing some what were the challenges that the client had, what things were done, how what was the benefit. Similarly, all of the students, they come up with different case scenarios, they come up with data sets, they come up with, so maybe, okay, so we are seeing one sample of one person on the screen. So I guess what Akriti is trying to say, this is a project she has created. Akriti, could you just, at a very high level, this is not a formal presentation, just share with people give an example of what you have done.
Sure, sir. Like, there was a data set wherein there were the files related to CSV, JSON, like you can say text files, which were being dumped into the Metropolis Central Data Inbox. So the project was like you have to like separate those files. The JSON should go in the JSON folder. The CSV should go on a CSV folder. So we have to organize the data so that a person can look after it and remove and quarantine the data, which is not like a perfect data, like text, PDFs. We can't read that. So the project was like that. So for that, like there was a company background I have given and the situation I have like elaborated over here. And there was the challenges which I faced in the project. So how I built it, like how I architected it, like I use these activities, the get metadata to get the data, and for each to loop all the files so that we can move them separately, like the on the basis of different like incidences, the police incident, the parking violation files, and the 311 service files. There were the three different folders we have to make. So after that, I have given everything, like for the metadata, what I have used and how I configured it.
So Akriti, this was an example of a project where you
Mhm.
describe the business background and you describe their challenges and you
Mhm.
describe how you technically did that and what were the lessons learned, kind of a thing. So this is the kind of thing interviewers want to see. Akriti, I believe that you have done some data bricks also. Let's talk one project of data bricks also, in case you have done something. I
Sure.
know that you have sent out something on LinkedIn, but I appreciated it. so we can show it to people also.
Sure, sir.
So can you tell us what this case study was about at a very high level?
Yeah,
Because every case study is built upon a real problem.
sure. In this case, like I was getting the data from the you can see as SQL on-prem services. So I have to connect and I have to connect it to my data factory to build a pipeline so that I can ingest data into our like folders so that we can transform it and like make it ready to be shared with the reporting teams. So this is the architecture which I followed, like using the data factory, creating the storages, and following the medallion architecture, bronze, silver, and gold. And I also built, I used Unity catalog in this and the Delta pipelines. So
Kriti, I
like,
believe Unity,
Mhm.
Unity catalog is something that is only in Databricks. It is not in Fabric. Fabric uses something else, but Databricks uses a concept called Unity catalog. Am I right?
Yeah,
Okay. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Please keep going.
Like this, the current situation, what like the company was having, they were failing in manual SQL extracts and uh, full nightly uploads were there. So, like the challenges were being identified, and how I built it, like I have built the resource group wherein these resources were being used in this. So, as you can see, there is a CDC being followed, and I have also used the SCD type 1 and SCD type 2.
So, guys, for some of you will be familiar with these terms, and other people who are new may not be familiar with these terms like SCD type 2, all these kind of things. So, this is something we teach in our actual classes where we tell you, here's the scenario. What would you do in this situation? So, people learn a lot as they move through different kind of scenarios. Yeah, Kriti, please keep going.
Like this is the
Excellent.
pipeline with. Mhm.
No, no, excellent. Yeah, yeah. I'm just enjoying this.
Like this is the pipeline which I built using the lookup activity and set variable, like creating the watermarks so that the data is ingested incrementally rather than appending it again and again and creating the duplications. So I use the lookup activity and the set variable to update the watermark and then copy data to ingest the data from like source to destination. And after that, I have used the if condition to run the copy.
Got you. So this was an exercise where you're trying to say that in this scenario, I have used the concept of incremental load and why it is helpful and what it does using a concept called watermark.
Yeah.
So thank you, Kriti. So I just wanted to give them a glimpse. Thank you so much. Can we get Prem also to share something at a high level? Prem, are you here? Prem, Abhijit, do you have something to show? Because that'll be very helpful. Abhijit or anyone, Salman,
Okay.
anybody that wants to show anything. Because this is an awareness. We are not doing the full detailed portfolio presentation. We are just showing for awareness. This is how it looks like. This is what we did. Here's what we keep doing in the workshops and classes. That kind of a thing. And guys, one very interesting factor is you might be thinking that Akriti is from a IT background. She is not. Akriti is a great financial. She has been a great financial analyst. She has been into finance. She's a CA, 2B. She has cleared CA intermediate. She has worked with an MNC for about several years she worked for an MNC. Prior to that, she was into uh, logistics and stuff. So she has a career in finance, but she has utilized the finance domain, and she learned data analysis first. Long time back, she learned data analysis. She became a financial analyst. From a financial analyst, she utilized her background, and she gained all the skills to become a data engineer. So today, if you talk to her, she not only knows data analysis, financial analysis. She is very good at Alteryx, which is a workflow tool, workflow automation tool. She also has done Power BI. She learned SQL. She learned uh, Fabric. She's learning Fabric. She learned Databricks. So she has learned multiple technologies because her goal was, let me shift from a non-IT finance person to a data engineer. So the entire the several months, she not only did that to learn new skills. She was also uh, she she wrote a lot of articles. So those of you who are not connected with Akriti or Prachi Jain or Prem Sai or other people, connect with them, read their articles, so you'll figure out how much with dedication they have been working in 2025. As the year comes to an end, you might get some inspiration yourself. Some people are from IT background, some people are from MBA background, Prachi is from a different background. Everybody has different backgrounds, but they wanted to become better. They want to learn something new, and they have utilized the year to do that. Okay, yeah, Abhijit, please go ahead. Abhijit, I can only see you enjoying on a beach or something. So I want to
Yeah.
see the screen with your portfolio.
Okay. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, and you can tell who you are, what's your background. In the meantime,
Yeah, sure. So, hi, everybody. My name is Abhijit Pathak. I
yeah.
am having almost 4 years of experience in IT industry and currently working as a data analyst in Accenture. Meanwhile, simultaneously, I am exploring fabrics and doing case studies, means studying fabric with the help of case studies so that I can absorb what all technical terms are there and implement these things into my recent project, which is right now migrating from Power BI to a Fabric role. So yes, so as Akriti has told a few things related to the incremental data ingestion pipeline. So I recently built one case study related to it. So here's one like incremental data ingestion pipeline for global logistic company. In this, the company was facing an issue like the data was not properly processed and means they were not implemented the incremental thing. Instead, they have done a full load, which takes time and and the data and the process was getting delayed. So here the business challenge was in delay in shipment tracking and reporting. High error rates were coming up and scalability issues was there. For this solution, what I have done is like firstly I've look up the watermark value. So for this, we have created one watermark table, a copy data activity, which will link from a source to a destination file. And the watermark table, which we have implemented, we need to update that watermark so that next time the pipeline runs, it should take only the new records which is there inside the source.
Got you.
So, so for the implementation, we have created one lookup table.
Mm.
Instead that we have created one watermark table with initial load having initial default values so that once the pipeline has run, the updated value should be implemented into a lookup value, into a watermark values, and hence the at last the data should be appended, not overwritten.
So, guys, the point in showing these things, where especially to the people who are not into Fabric Word or Databricks Word or our classes, this is what we do. We share variety of scenarios. Everybody does 10 or 11 projects, and they are able to talk to the clients based upon the work they have done. They write on LinkedIn, they publish their blogs, they talk to people, they have seminars. So, so that is how one builds confidence, right? Because if you have done the real work and you are well prepared, then every client will love you. They will really like they will appreciate the hard work you have done, and that you are able to speak, you are able to talk with confidence in front of them, because you've actually done the work, right? Because if you just take a certification and say, hey, because the fabric data days were on, I did DP 600 700 XAZ something. Those certificates are very good, those certifications are nice to have. They show that yes, you have tried to attempt an exam, but at the end of the day, if you do not have real work done behind it, then it's of no value. But our people, our students, our professionals, they are able to show the real work, and they are not doing just one thing, they are doing multiple things, multiple scenarios. Okay. Next up, Abhijit, thank you. I just want to give a
Yeah,
glimpse. So thank you for this wonderful things. Let us talk to Prem.
sure. Thank you for
Prem
giving
has been a
opportunity.
long time great person. He has done previously many Power BI and other projects, but he's also uh, in order to teach other students, he sometimes gives a simple project. He chooses a simple scenario, and he comes up with his own angle to it. So Prem Sai, if you are here, can you please show like the very basic, because I know that you had something in Google Sites, and we asked you to show it to other people.
Yeah, sure. Just give me a moment. I'll connect it.
Yeah, yeah. So, guys, Prem Sai has recently, he was in London for a few days, interacting with clients, and he also noticed that many of the people across the board, uh, they are trying to do, they're trying to, or majority of the clients, for majority of our people, they're asking about how we can implement Fabric or how we can utilize Fabric. So, whether it is Prachi, or whether it is Prem Sai, or whether it is Surya, everybody is getting a lot of uh, questions by the clients on how they can use it, and they are in turn, they are telling the clients how did they do their POCs, how they are working. So this is kind of a lot of good awareness and knowledge for everybody else.
Yes, I'm just connecting to.
No problem, Prem. We'll wait for a couple minutes. So, guys, Prem has worked for a few years in the industry. Prem has been into data analysis for some time. Prem has also been into management as a cluster manager during the beginning of his career. So, he moved from business and IT to pure IT, and he has been helping uh, companies in Bangalore. He has done a lot of freelance projects. And by the way, guys, if those of you who do not know Prem, he has been very instrumental in when we created the Global Career Services Group. Prem has been helping a lot of people, more than 5,000 people. With along with me, he sat down in many uh, resume building, resume LinkedIn optimization, career kind of. So he has given many seminars in the past along with me, and he has been the backbone of the COE. Who is so if you have any challenges with resume optimization, LinkedIn optimization, if Prem is free, because he keeps really busy with client work, but whenever he's free, he on a weekends he does pro bono activities. So, and many of our leads do a lot of pro bono activities. Pro bono means free, right? So they can help you tailor your resume, bring highlight your strengths, those kind of things. and it's all for free, guys. So it is a good thing to know our people, to know Prachi Jain, to know Akriti, to know Vaishnavi, to know Namrata, to know Parul Singla. All these people, there are so many people that can help you. It is not just me alone. So we'll take few more minutes. We have about 5 to 6 minutes to this session to finish. So Prem Sai will at a very high level just show you a
Hello,
glimpse.
Arun.
Yes, Surya. I am very
No,
happy
not
that.
Surya. Sanjay. Sanjay here. Yeah.
Oh, Sanjay here. Oh, Sanjay. Yeah, I couldn't realize from your voice. So, so we have had Surya, just to catch you while Prem Sai is showing his. So we have had Abhijit Pathak. Kakriti did a great job of showing a glimpse of her portfolio and how we are doing things in our classes. But the Prachi shared some great case study of what Apollo is doing and what Swiggy is doing and what the benefits, what were the challenges, and how those challenges were solved using Fabric. So this is a pure awareness session, Sanjay, where people are demonstrating how they are doing and how our own students are creating different kind of business scenarios, different kind of challenges, and demonstrating it to clients or hiring managers or peers to generate a great awareness. So it's a part of a revolution. So so that was the thing, and everybody said Sanjay has been in seminars. He must be busy. So I told them. Let's like ping him and see if he's free. He'll come for a few minutes and share his words of wisdom on something. Um, so let Prem, are you connected now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't we see your, a very high level. You don't have to describe in details the whole thing. Just say, hey, this is a sample of, projects that can be done, and you can do multiple such projects, kind of a thing. So they will get a glimpse of what can be done using, different kind of tools. Because some people, I know Akriti did, she used a tool called, I believe, Softster or something. Somebody uses Google Sites, somebody uses Wix, somebody uses something else. So yeah. So tell us a little bit about this. What are we? So assume that I'm a beginner and tell me about what exactly am I looking on the screen.
Hi everyone. I'm Prem. I'm working as a senior data analyst, and I have been working in this field since 2 plus years, and I have the overall experience of 4 plus years in finance and operations as well as data analytics. So currently, I'm exploring Fabric and how to use Fabric into the data analysis and also the data engineering process. So, and I have worked on a couple of projects and created my project portfolio. And prior to that, I was creating and working on Power BI, and from which I have created my project portfolio based upon Power BI projects. Here are few projects which I have created from scratch while I was learning and exploring Power BI. So as of now, I have created a couple of projects using Fabric, and these are like automated data ingestion for summer splash. So what this business challenge was, what this case study was about, is to copy the data and to extract the data from the database, or what you can say as cloud. And the challenge was it had to be manually upload the data, or maybe like extract the data from the cloud storage. But instead of that, we have used the copy data activity from Fabric, which triggers at a certain or scheduled time, as per like, so that all the business activities would be synchronized for the uh, stakeholders, business stakeholders. And for this, we have used the data source as Azure Cloud Blob Storage, and we have copied the data in the tables of Fabric.
So
And
guys, the idea is, why are we showing this to you guys? The idea simply is to show you that every professional that is associated with COE, whether it is Akriti, whether it is Prem, Prachi, anybody, they are not just saying, "Hey, give me 20 questions," or "Let me go to LinkedIn, hoard a PDF." They are not YouTube masters or PDF masters. What they say is, "I will do real work. I will learn it from wherever I can, from other classes, from the mentors. I will learn it. I will practice it. I will create a project which mimics real life. I will make it on real type data for real type situations, and I will not only share it with peers, colleagues, clients, hiring managers. I will grow. I will make it a commitment in 2025, or I'll make it a commitment in 2026 to grow and show people that yes, I have arrived. I am a data engineer. I know all the skills of a data engineer or fabric data analytics engineer, right? They are not just displaying a cert and saying, "Ki I have a cert." That's not the point. The point is to be able to do real work, handle real type of situations in front of real people. That is what people appreciate, and which is why I called Surya. Thank you, Prem. I think we have made a point.
Yeah.
Surya, while this seminar was dedicated on case study examples from Apollo Hospital and Swiggy Hospital, but if you can, I know you were just there in some other, Sanjay, you were there in just couple days back, or I think yesterday it was.
Yeah,
You
it was
gave a,
Saturday, yesterday.
yeah, yeah, because we are in different time zones, so
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
when
I
I
understand. Yes, yes, yes.
so you were in a seminar where you presented something on you and there's a lady called Mamta, and you were giving question and answers to a
Correct.
whole group, and which I know that Abhijit Pathak attended, Ganesh attended, and a couple other people attended, but few of them were not able to attend. So I want you to do two things. If you can please share the importance of a portfolio, the importance of conversations like the one Prachi led today. What is the importance of a portfolio? What is the point? Why does COE have these sessions where we talk about case studies, scenarios? Just give a high level thing, and what do the recruiters or hiring managers like about this?
Yes, definitely. So, just to give context to everyone, yesterday and today there was a Fabric Days conference. It's a global conference where more than 30, 40 speakers have come up and spoke on different topics. And I spoke on translytical task flows. That was the topic, which is kind of related to both Fabric and Power BI. And now coming back to the topic which we are discussing right now. So a lot of people today, when I notice, either they are struggling to find opportunities or they're stagnating in their current career. And I get a lot of messages on LinkedIn and also on WhatsApp, like everyone messaging, hey, what should I learn next? And and it is like daily I keep getting at least like 20-30 messages on different platforms. And the most important thing which I would like to say is, like, people are, like, you can say, confused, or their focus is completely chaotic. Like, one day someone will come and say, hey, I want to learn Gen AI. One day the same person will ping saying that, okay, should I learn Databricks? The next day I mean, maybe the next time when they message, they say, no, I'm confused, maybe I'll learn something like Power Automate. So people are confused. That is one thing. Second thing is, like, even when people are trying to learn something, they are just trying to go with some interview question banks, trying to download those cheat sheets, guides and everything, and they are not having any hands on. And when they go for the interviews, they are not able to clear any interviews. Now when I say interviews, it can be an interview for the company or it can be an interview for the client. So even if you join a company, and when you are changing the project, if they want to assign you to a new project, sometimes clients also take your interview. So either they're failing in the client interviews and not getting good projects, or they are not able to clear the interviews while doing the switch. So either ways, it's a bad thing, right? So in a way, people are stuck, and people are also not able to get the salary what they want. Like they are not able to clear the interviews. Even if they clear the interviews, they are not able to have the upper hand when it comes to negotiation. They are struggling very hard. And added to all of this, like what people are thinking is, oh, AI will take over jobs. Job market is very bad. All these things people are saying. But if you look at LinkedIn, even now, if you see, so many people are getting promoted, they're getting new jobs. So it again depends. It's like saying, hey, because of COVID, the market went down or the economy went down. Now, that is absolutely true. When COVID happened, economy went down, the GDP has shrunk. But that doesn't mean that, yes, overall economy was down, I agree. But that doesn't mean that every sector went down. Like during COVID, tech sector went up. It was in a boom. Pharma sector was in a boom. So like that, there were some sectors which were doing well, some sectors which were not doing well. Was the overall market down? Absolutely yes. But do these specific sectors which I just talked about, were they going very well? Were they doing very well? Extremely well. They were. Even if you take energy sector, go and look at the stock market performance or look at the profits which are posted by these tech companies in the last 3 4 years. You will see very very good numbers. So even if so right now the same thing is happening. Overall job market is down, but what people don't realize is, even the overall job market is down, the job market is extremely good for data engineering right now. Like companies are conducting campus drives, they are conducting offline drives, they are conducting recruitment drives, and they are even taking interviews on the weekends also, because they want to find the candidates very quickly. So the market is extremely good. Like at least like 50 people told me that after they learn data engineering, whether I mean there are different platforms, right? Snowflake is there, Databricks is there, Fabric is there, many platforms are there in data engineering. So almost everybody told me that daily they are getting at least 3 to 5 interview calls from HRs. So, and they are not able to attend so many interviews because they have to go to office and all. So the problem is reverse. And some people message saying that they have multiple offers and they don't know which one to choose. So now, if you ask me what is the truth when it comes to the job market, is both the facts are true. Overall job market is down, which is true. But that being said, even the overall job market is down, the job market is down for people who are into full stack, people who are into React JS, Node JS, web development. All those stacks are down. But when it comes to data engineering, the demand is still very high. Now go back to that COVID example which I gave. Even though the overall economy is down, energy sector and pharma sector were doing superb during that time. So anybody who follows stock market will relate to what I'm saying. Now here also it is like that. Data engineering as a field, or even you can say Gen AI or data engineering as a field, they are doing extremely well right now. So companies are pouring billions and billions of dollars into Gen AI. And for any AI product to work, first you need data. Without clean data, no matter how much you spend on infrastructure, no matter how many AI engineers you bring in, your output of the chatbot is not going to be up to the mark. So to start any AI project or any Gen AI project, the first requirement is to have a data engineer who has to bring the data from multiple sources, clean it, and put it in one place. Until that happens, no other thing will work, right? Even if you try to rush and if you try to implement an AI project, there is a concept in programming called garbage in, garbage out. So if you feed garbage to the model also will give garbage as the output. So if the model has to give the right output, the right result, then the quality of data is very very much needed. So for example, you can go to any top expert in the world. They may have multiple PhDs, but the fact of the matter is, to run any AI project, first thing which is needed is you need data. So without data, there is no AI project. The second is, so once you have the data, the next question comes is, hey, what is the quality of the data? If the quality of the data is bad, then the output of the AI is also bad. Now, no matter how advanced someone is in terms of their knowledge, these two things are fundamental, right? Every one of us can relate to
Yeah,
it. You don't need to have
exactly.
advanced level of knowledge to understand what I'm saying. So if you want clean set of data, you need data engineers. So in any AI project, if you see, Along with the AI engineers, you automatically need data engineers. And to clean the data, it takes a lot of time. Because if you think about the chatbots, algorithms, you can always use some kind of template and you can always try to replicate that across. But when it comes to the data engineering part, the data structure will be, I mean, you are dealing with semi-structured data, unstructured data. So equal amount of effort is needed for data engineering as well. That is where the platforms like Fabric, Databricks, Snowflake, all these things come into picture. Right now, if you look at the market, like how it is rising for Fabric, you will be amazed. Like already 80% of the Fortune 500 companies are using Fabric. And what people are doing is, like, there are some companies where there are, I mean, they want to hire Fabric candidates, but they don't have an interview panel to take their interviews because nobody knows what is Fabric. And that is the situation. And in some cases, what is happening, generally when a HR calls and asks you, hey, what is your notice period, generally we reply, hey, my notice period is 75 days or 90 days, etc. So most of us will be having 90 days notice period. Today the market is so reverse that if you know Fabric and if a HR calls you and if you say, hey, I have 90 days notice period, they are ready to wait for 90 days because they are not able to find candidates outside who know Fabric. And
Yes,
second thing
Sanjay,
is,
very, 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 very true, sir. Surya,
yeah,
sorry, Sanjay. We have been
yeah,
seeing a lot of these from even for Databricks, Fabrics. These are such powerful technologies that people are willing to wait. In some cases, they have such because many companies they are building their bench strength also. They will quickly hire. They want you,
yeah,
because they know that they are not going to get people as soon as possible. So they are willing to uh, for 2026 they are not stopping. I had thought that in December the hiring will slow down. It has not slowed down globally. I'm in US, it has not slowed down in US. When I keep hearing every second day one or the other person calls me up from COE and says, sir, I have my interview and I'm preparing, this is what I have prepared, can you sharpen my answers, or can you help do a mock session? And I always keep sending them to, either I'll send them to Akriti, I'll send them to Prem, I'll send them to Lakshmi, I'll send them to Singla, I'll send them to Surya, I'll send them to you, I'll send them to, Ashok is helpful. All of us practice with each other, right? So that way, not only we can show our real work, but our answers become more and more sharper as we take these interviews. So yeah, what I wanted to do was,
mm,
so we let Prachi. I think she had one slide left. Prachi, did you have
yeah, yeah,
one
sure.
something left remaining, right? Prachi, are you here?
Yes, sir, but that was slide for the audience only. Like now
Okay,
they will they will ask the question and figure out the answers from your side,
right,
sir.
right,
Yeah,
got you. So this,
not from my end.
yeah, so basically you are trying to say, hey, just like I have shared couple case studies, you guys also come up with different things and ask questions, and just like Prachi has shown the initiative to share case studies, anyone can share those case studies, research them, ask questions, and this is how we grow as a group, as a community, right? Um, what I would like to do, Sanjay, is uh, some people, few people had missed the pi spark. So they want to understand that yes, I have understood Fabric, I know what Databricks is, but I have yet not understood the power of pi spark, and they have heard terms like, when they go and learn, they try to figure out, hey, what is this distributed computing? And why PySpark has become important, and why should I learn it? Many people, they ask about it, but unfortunately yesterday we did a great seminar on that, and some people missed it. So can you summarize in few words before we close down this session?
Yes, sure. So, as many of you are aware, like today, the volume of the data is very huge, and companies also have more expectations with what they want to do with the data. So, they just don't want to have the data, they want to get some insights out of the data. Now, if you talk about Power BI as an example, now, if I ask anybody, hey, what is the limit of number of rows which Power BI can handle. Now, the answer to that question is, technically speaking, there is no limit to the volume of the data which Power BI can handle in terms of rows of data. But even though that there is no technical limitation, the limitation is actually from your local computer. So let's say if your computer has 32 GB of RAM, so that will be the limit. Until the RAM gets filled up to 32 GB, until that point, you can actually handle it, can actually handle the data. Beyond that, it cannot. And of course, you have the Pro, Premium, and other licenses where you have the limits of 1 GB or 10 GB, right? So these are like the hard limitations which you have. But today, if you look at the volume of the data, it is much more than that, especially if you consider the historical data as well. So the more data you feed into the model, the better predictions or insights AI model will give. Similarly, the more data you try to report, the more clarity people can get, like more trends they can identify, and they can help businesses to take better decisions. Now, a tool like Power BI or Excel or Power Query, even for that matter, they will not be able to handle the data. Even if you try to do it, they'll slow down. So even to refresh a Power BI dashboard, or even to interact with a Power BI dashboard, it will take a lot of time. Even the refresh itself might take it might take nearly 1 hour, and it can even time out as well, because the volume is huge and complexity is also huge. And the same thing you'll notice happening even for Excel as well. Even if you load 1 lakh records, Excel will start crashing, right? But if you want to scale the data, now the problem with Power BI standalone solution is, if you want to do something at a very small scale, it works. But if you want to scale it to, let's say, some terabytes of data, then Power BI cannot handle it. So that is where platforms like Fabric come into picture. So that is where Spark engine comes into picture. Now, what Spark does is, rather than processing everything on your local computer, it processes everything in the cloud. So whatever data you're uploading or you're storing will be in the cloud. Whatever processing you're doing, the compute which happens is in the cloud. And what Spark does is, it distributes the computing. Instead of one computer working and processing that entire piece of data, it will divide the process into different components. Like, it will divide the data into different chunks, and each small piece of worker, we call it worker and executor, or like executor node. So there will be a master node, or the main node which is there. So it will try to distribute the work across different systems, do parallel processing, and then it will recombine everything. So because of this, what happens? Your processing capability will be scalable. Because everything is in the cloud, you can take the configuration, like you can upscale or downscale. And even if you have 10 TB of data, you'll be able to handle, which is not possible if you want to do it in a traditional Power BI or maybe Tableau or any of these existing tools which are there. So if you want to do that scaling up, then you need a platform like Fabric, where you will work everything online. So you don't download anything and then you work on it. So your data lake storage will be online, your computing power will be online, which is like the clusters, your Spark will be online, the processing, everything will go into online. And even when you
Surya,
have like, yeah.
Surya, imagine a scenario. Let's say I wanted to become a data analyst 3 years back, or four
Okay.
years back, or 5 years back. There's a scenario.
Hmm.
Now, I was a very sharp person. I was a graduate. I was maybe an engineer or maybe an MBA. And I felt very good because during COVID days, I started and I did Excel. I was became very good at it. I learned SQL. I learned Power BI / Tableau, and I became good at it. I did some internship. I did some projects, and I started working. And by now, let's just imagine that I have few years of experience. And now, when I apply for data analyst positions, I realize that yes, there are positions, but they are not paying the same money that they used to. Also, there are so many new things that have come into the market. So let's say I have now come to you. I'm speaking to Sanjay, and I say, Sanjay, you have been a name in the industry. You are a top voice of LinkedIn. You have gone to many seminars, many colleges. I need some guidance. So I set up a 15 to 15 minutes, you know, informational interview with you. What should I do with my career? So that is the scenario. So what would your advice be to that data analyst like me, who has done, he's a sharp guy. He's a very, he's a good learner. So he has learned Excel, SQL, Power BI slash Tableau, and he has come to you. What would you say? What will be your points? Because I am finding that the market, whenever I apply, they are asking me, do you know cloud? I don't know anything about cloud services. When they ask me, do you know something about pipelines? I have no clue what a pipeline is and what it does. So that is a scenario. Now I'll give you a few minutes to
Yeah.
educate me, educate the audiences.
Okay. So first thing is, let's say if you want to work in any data related role. So it can be data scientist, data engineer, data analyst, business intelligence analyst, database admin, or cloud administrator. Anything which talks about data, anything which is even remotely related to data. Your resume should contain two things. One is it should contain cloud skills like either Azure, AWS, GCP, or any of these cloud technologies, one of the major ones. Second, it should contain any one of the enterprise data platforms. So either Snowflake, Databricks, Fabric, any of these three. Now Snowflake also I'll discount it. Either it should be Databricks or Fabric. So if I have to
Sanjay, like it, I really love it when you show this to me on Excel, because you can, if you are near a laptop, fire up your screen and help me, because I want to carry something. I want to see something. I'm a very good learner, but I learn very well if you have something like some MS Word or Excel open and you are writing this down.
sure, sure. Actually, I am in Mac. Let me go to online
Okay, okay.
version of Excel. Let
Yeah,
me
yeah.
go to online version of Excel. One second.
Yeah, and guys, we will take only few minutes. We are about to wrap up, but I really think, because every single day we are asked this question by one person or the other. Some people wake up early, some people wake up late, and whenever they wake up, they have these questions. And I grabbed Sanjay to help us answer those questions in one shot. We have done it in many seminars, but I the message has to reach out to everybody. And Sanjay, if you look at
Yeah.
his
Can you
uh,
see my screen?
yes, yes, sir. Yes, we can.
Okay. So basically, just one second. Okay. So basically, here if you notice, there are so if you are someone who is looking for any data roles, now what are the data roles? Like I already mentioned, data analyst, data engineer, DevOps, or ML ops, or you can say AI ML engineer, or you can say data architect. Anything which is closely related to data. I can write like a list of 30 roles here, but I don't want to do that. So if you are aspiring to get into any kind of data role, whether it's a beginner level role or it's a senior role, doesn't matter. There are two things which your resume should have. Two things, right? One is cloud, any one of the cloud, either Azure or AWS. Now if you personally ask me, since I'm more into Microsoft ecosystem, so I will recommend Azure, right? So Azure should be there. The second thing which you need to have on your resume is an enterprise data platform, which is either Databricks or Fabric. Now, since I am more into, you can say, more towards Microsoft ecosystem. Now, Databricks standalone is there. There is Azure version of Databricks. There is AW version of Databricks. I will say Fabric, right? But if you want to have a choice, it can be AWS, GCP, any one of these three. And here it can be Databricks or Microsoft Fabric or Snowflake. So your resume among these things, any one of them here, any one of them here. Now, if you personally ask me, my recommendation will be these two, right? So again, everybody has a different thoughts. So these two should be there, but definitely one of them should be there. Even though I'm recommending these two, let's say you can have AWS and you can have Snowflake, or you can have other way around. That's fine, whichever combination you want. But definitely one among these three. So one among these three, and one among the other three, right? So you need to have two things. Now, what will happen if you do not have any of this, any of these two, if you don't have, you will be very clearly struggling in your career. You don't even have to tell that, hey, I'm stuck in low salary. Hey, I'm not getting interview calls. Even before you tell me, or even if you talk about your career, I can clearly tell you that you will be struggling in the current
So
market.
Surya, sorry Sanjay, can you share the differences in salaries? For example, people come and ask you,
Hmm.
hey Surya, if I'm a data analyst, what are the salaries that I can expect in 2026 market? Because 2026 is almost near, so that's why I'm talking about 2026. What are the salaries if I'm a data analyst or a senior data analyst? How much salary range I can expect? Let's say I even had experience, like let's say I was a fresher, how much I can expect? If I'm mid-level, how much I can expect as an analyst? And similarly then go for data engineers, what can they expect?
Sure. So let's say if you are a fresher, maybe you can expect somewhere between. So again, let me put down. Let's say if you know only Power BI, probably you can expect 3 to 5. Let me, because this is Excel, let me put it that way. So then let's say if you know Azure plus, let's say, Fabric, you can expect somewhere like 6 to 8. You can expect. And let's say if you are someone like a 2 to 5 years experience, then probably you can expect somewhere around here 8 to 10. Yeah, 8 to 10. And
Sanjay,
then,
in one of the
hello.
seminars, you had given some sort of a formula, like a thumb rule formula at a very high level,
Okay, I
something
think
about
that will be,
T,
yeah, that
X,
will be easy. Okay.
help me.
A very simple thumb rule is, instead of going into numbers and all, I'll give you a simple rule. So if you learn Power BI and all these tech stacks, uh, first year don't consider. First year is an exception. You can count from second year of experience onwards. Whatever your experience is, multiply that by 2 or 3. 2 or 3. If you learn Power BI, if you learn Fabric, you can multiply your experience by, one second. You can multiply your experience either with 3.5 or 4. You can say somewhere in this range you can expect. So let's assume that you have 3 years of experience. Now this is again bare minimum, I'm telling. I'm not talking on the maximum or average, or even if you take average also, this is fine. Now this can go even up to 5 also, I'll not be surprised. 5 or even 6 it can go, if you ask me. But I'm on a conservative estimate, I'm putting 3 to 5, right? Somewhere between 3 to 5. So let's say if you have 3 years of experience for that matter, so minimum you can expect 9 lakhs, maximum you can expect 15 lakhs. Let's say you have 5 years of experience, you can expect 15 to 25 lakhs, like that. So now this is not to just for Fabric, even any of these skills, if you have any two of these skills, if you have any two of these skills, if you have these two things which I talked about, your multiplier will be here. Now if you do not have these skills, your multiplier will be this. So there will be a huge difference. Whatever maximum salary you're getting in Power BI will be your minimum salary which you will get in platforms like Fabric or Databricks or any of these modern platforms. So this will be a very ballpark figure I can give when it comes to salary range. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Surya. Sorry, Sanjay. This kind of an analogy or a high level thumb rule
Yeah, that is there. And also, can you hear me? Am I audible?
versus an analyst. So, so what is your message, Surya? I mean, should data analyst like me, I'm a data analyst, which I scenario I gave you, should I even try or should I just what will happen to me if in the year 2026 I don't upskill, I 27 also I
See,
don't upskill, 28 also I don't upskill? Where do you think my career is headed?
see. So Arun, like, you know that I am very
And Surya,
advocate of.
let me throw one more.
Yeah.
Let me throw one more challenge here.
Hmm.
Now, let's say my age is like 20, 25 or 26.
Hmm.
Now I'm getting married. Once I get married, maybe I have, maybe maybe a child. So, so everybody has to grow.
Yeah.
Nobody can stop growing, right?
Hmm.
So let's say I'm growing, I'm getting married, I might have a child, my responsibilities are increasing, my demands from my, earlier I was single, I could go anywhere, do whatever I felt like, whether I'm a lady or whether I'm a man. Now responsibilities are increasing, demands are increasing, and I have the skill. What happens? What will happen to me, do you think?
See, I don't want to scare anybody off, but
Yeah, it's
eventually
not
what
about
will,
scaring. It's a
uh,
it's a
so,
basic it's a
uh,
basic awareness, man. It's not.
uh,
It's nobody's trying to scare anybody here.
yeah, 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 that is there. But one thing I can tell you is, like, in case like people don't upskill, eventually the market reality will come, will hit them. So generally what these days I'm doing is, I'm not giving any kind of warning signals or anything, because some people think that, okay, I'm just trying to I mean, it's creating some fear, or like you can FUD or fear. So that's why
Nah,
what
nah, it's a
I do is,
reality. It's a simple reality. I mean, it's not that people themselves don't understand.
yeah, they
Sometimes,
will understand, but the reality is, see, back, okay, okay, I'll tell you. In 2020 I used to tell everybody to learn Power BI and SQL. Now even I used to tell finance people to learn Power BI and SQL, chartered accountants I used to tell engineers, I used to tell everybody to learn Power BI and SQL. Like, of course, my mentor said something, and I passed on those words of wisdom to everybody as well. I have different mentors. So
okay,
when I mentioned this, you know what kind of responses I used to get? Oh, I am a finance person. Why should I learn SQL, or why should I learn Power BI? This is the responses I used to get. So
yeah,
some people learned it.
I remember. I
Huh.
remember the kind of questions used to come to us. All
Ha
of
ha
us,
ha.
trained service
Exactly.
standards.
I used to tell. I used to tell this. Now my own brother, for example, when he completed his engineering, okay. After that, he has done PGDM in finance and analytics. Okay, so he learned Power BI. He learned Alteryx. He learned VBA. He learned Python. He learned Power Apps. He learned Power Automate. He learned all these things, etc. Now he's actually preparing to learn Fabric. He's preparing to learn Fabric. Very soon he'll start Fabric and Databricks. He'll start upskilling very, very soon. That recently he got a job, and I mean, last 2 years he has been doing the job. So whatever I'm telling here, whatever I highlighted here, this is 2 years back. Now he already started learning all these things. And by the way, he's in a finance job. By the way, he's not in an IT job. In a finance job, he's using all these things, and his role is actually belonging to pure finance. It has nothing to do with the IT department in his company. His entire role comes under finance, and he learned all these things. Why? Because I told him, hey, you learn these things. If you simply learn Excel, it's not going to work out. And he followed it. And even Tejaswar, if you remember, even he's also into Alteryx and all these things. Like, basically he focused on automation. Okay, fine, let me remove this. So I used to tell people in 2020 and even 2021 to learn these things. Then people used to say, oh, I'm from non-commerce background, oh, I'm a finance person, why should I learn this, why should I learn that? Then 2 years later, like I think around 2023 or 2022 or 2023, these same people used to come and ping me, hey Sanjay, my company asked me to learn Power BI, can you tell me where should I learn Power BI? My company asked me to learn SQL, can you tell me where, where to learn SQL? And I have been telling that for 3 years. Then people come to the realization, and then they'll come back and say, hey, I didn't realize when you are telling all of this, and now I'm able to realize why you said all of that. And then people come back and realize, and then I told them very clearly, see, if you learned in 2020 Power BI, you would have gone into a golden period, because at that time very few people knew Power BI. Even if you had gone to an interview, it would have been easy or medium, because the interviewer themselves will not be very familiar with Power BI. But they learned this in 2022 and 2023. Now by the time they learned this in 2022 2023, for example, people are already learning Databricks, Fabric got announced, all these things came into picture. Now even though they are learning now Power BI, it is stagnating. So you should always learn a technology when it is rising, right? Either when it is in peak or when it is in rising. Now people come back and ask me, hey Sanjay, I have been following you from the last 4 5 years, do you think I need to learn Power BI? I said, see, that bus has sailed already. In fact, if you ask me, I have total 13x Microsoft certifications. Okay, In those 13x Microsoft certifications, two certifications belong to Power BI, Power Platform. One is Power Platform Fundamentals. Second certification I have is called PL300. These two certifications I have. Even now they are active at this moment. Like fundamental certification will never expire, so technically it's active. PL300 I renewed it. It is still active. But if you go to my LinkedIn profile, you will not see PL300. Why? Because I don't feel that it adds any kind of value today in today's market. Why? Because now I am DP600 certified, which is Fabric Analytics Associate. So now I am more into Fabric. I am no longer into Power BI, and I don't think Power BI will actually even add any relevance to my profile, because with the kind of salaries, the stagnation which has happened in the last 3 years, it's not adding any value. And I publicly announced on LinkedIn that I'm removing all these certifications and I'm only including Fabric. So now I have DP700 and DP600. Then I also have a Databricks certification. Then I also have a Azure certification. Then I also have an MCT, Microsoft Certified Trainer certification. So all the old certifications which are there, I just removed them, even though I'm active in that. Why did I remove them? Because it's no longer relevant. If I put those certifications in my resume, or if I put those somewhere, then the company will probably somewhere they will see that these skills are there, and they'll put me in those projects, and those projects have no scope at this point of time. I mean, that bus has sailed. So I am purposefully removing all these skills so that I will not be assigned to any of those projects given my level of experience. That's why I took, and I even posted publicly on LinkedIn saying that I am deliberately removing Power BI certifications because it is no longer relevant. And my complete focus has come into two things. One is Fabric, second is Azure and Fabric, these two things. Now, why did I give this context? Because when I said this thing in 2020, people didn't listen. Now in 2025, I am telling everybody to learn Fabric, right? Fabric first choice, Fabric plus Azure. So this is the combination I'm telling everybody. Now today again, people come and ask, "Hey, should I learn this? I'm a I'm a business intelligence analyst. I'm not a data engineer. Should I learn this? Should I learn that?" Now, at this moment, I do not have an answer right now for this market, but I mean, I wouldn't say not right now. 1 year back, I didn't have an answer in 2024 when someone would have asked this question. But today, if you look at the job openings, or if you look at the interviews, how they are happening, companies are expecting every Power BI developer to know at least one cloud platform and at least one enterprise data platform. And that is actually happening right now in real life. Even people who are learning data engineering, for example, they are being asked to explore AI also, not just data engineering. Again, this is still rising, not now, it will take a little bit of time, but that is the level at which the market is changing. Now companies are expecting this plus AI. Now you do not even know what are cloud fundamentals, how will you learn AI? So that is where the problem is right now. Even if I
Sanjay,
tell, huh,
there is one thing a lot of people ask. See,
hmm,
I might be from sales domain, I might be from HR domain. Yesterday we were in one session
hmm.
where you came up with something very beautiful, and you have spoken about this in many places. There are some, apart from all of this stuff, there are some wonderful frameworks you talked about. So before we wrap up, I just wanted to take 1 minute to show people what is this framework you talk about and why it is helpful. How can that particular resource that you have shared globally for free to everyone, how does that help? Can you give an idea about that?
So that is like, if you are, I mean, if anyone is aspiring to become a lead or an architect or any, I mean, if they want to enhance their skills in terms of understanding the business side, then there are like different frameworks. Now, a lot of people, when generally when they hear the term frameworks, they think that it is only related to someone who has done an MBA or someone who has just done the, you can say, management style of courses like BBA, but that is false. Today everyone should know some of these frameworks, especially let's say when you are attending some interviews as an example. Now today a lot of people are not able to clear the interviews. Now why they are not able to clear the interviews? Because in the interviews the most important thing is they want to know what you have done, right? Obviously they want to know what you have done. Now you should be able to articulate it clearly, and today what I notice is a lot of people are not able to articulate what they have learned. And because of that, what is happening, like people are clearing technical rounds, for example, few of them, I mean technical round itself many are failing because they are not having hands on. And even those who clear the technical rounds, they are failing in the management rounds, managerial rounds. Why? Because they are not able to explain things in a way where it is convincing or where it is actually structured. So if I have to give you one example, let's say if you are attending interviews, someone asked a scenario based question. So what will happen, you have to describe a scenario and you have to talk about how did you handle as a person in that particular scenario, how did you navigate, and etc. Now there is something called star framework. I don't know how many of you know it. Whenever you give any interview answer, you have to follow the star framework. Now what is the star framework? Now let me give you the uh, so let me just give you the, so this is the PDF which is there. So let me talk about the star framework. So this is free PDF. I already circulated it across COE, which is there. Okay. So here, if you notice, so this is called STAR, right? Interview and hiring. So what it stands for is situation, task, action, result. So whenever someone asks you, hey, how did you handle this situation? Any scenario based question they ask. First, you have to describe what that situation is. Okay, let's say someone asks, tell me about a time where you had to work with difficult stakeholder. Let's say that is the situation. Now you have to talk about what is the task which was assigned to you. Okay, we were launching a new product. Head of sales wasn't happy with proposed marketing materials. So that was the situation or the task. And the task. Now, what is the action? So, what did you do to initiate and to try to solve the problem? So, you have to talk about your action. Okay, fine. You are launching a new product and the head of sales was not happy with the marketing materials. Now, what did you do? Like what you will say, hey, I scheduled one-on-one, listen to their concerns, and then I worked on a marketing strategy to revise one of the slides to address their point. Okay, fine.
Sanjay, lot of people here talk about what the team did because they are in a team, so they talk about my
Yeah.
team did this, my team did that. Should they talk about the team, or the interviewer is asking them about what you did in your role?
So around here it depends. Like let's say if they are in a team role, let's say like a lead or let's say manager role, they can say we, but they have to again clarify what their role is as an individual is. They have to bifurcate both. Even though they can start saying that yeah, our team has done this, they have to say as a manager or as a lead, what did they do in that position. Yes, definitely they have to talk about their contribution. So here if you notice, this is the situation, I mean this is the scenario, and this is the action which you have taken. Now this is where many people stop. People talk about the situation and action and they'll stop. You should also talk about the outcome. Okay, after taking this particular action, what was the result? And any question in the interview, scenario based question especially, you can use this framework if you want to answer. Now this is described in a management style, but you can use it for any kind of technical role. Now, if I have to give you an example on the fly, let's say someone asked, hey, can you tell me how did you troubleshoot a pipeline which was buggy? Then I'll tell, hey, there was one time where the pipeline failed somewhere in the afternoon. I was in a meeting, very urgent meeting, and the pipeline failed. Suddenly, I got a notification. So that's the situation. Now, what is the task? Now, I need to go and fix the pipeline, and I have to troubleshoot and do a root cause analysis. That is the task. Now, what is the action did I take? So I went back, I debugged the pipeline, and then I found out the logs. I checked the logs which are there, and I found out that okay, because of these reasons, then I did a root cause analysis along with the team, and that is where I found out that this is the reason why the pipeline has failed. And like the timing is the timing why it failed, all those things have been documented. And then we also modified the pipeline to make sure that it won't fail again. So that was the action taken. And what was the result? Because of that, we have plugged one of the gap which was there, which did not come out in the UAT or the testing. And finally, when we made all the changes and when we documented everything, the pipeline started running successfully again. and it started failing very less and less after that event which happened. So that has,
Wow, that's a
yeah, so,
complete answer for the hiring manager.
yeah.
Uh,
And if you want to go little bit towards management side along with the technical side, then you can say after everything went smoothly, I have done the lessons learned. I have also updated the best practices document, and I also had a session with the team to start following these things, and we implemented the
awesome.
same thing across other pipelines as well.
So you have described one kind of a framework, but
Hmm.
you have written a book. You have written this book to share with the everybody,
It's a free
where,
book.
where you talk about many other frameworks. So
Correct.
at a high level, can you describe? I think we have done a seminar on this, but can you, like, at a very high level, describe what other frameworks are there, and if people are listening to the recording or getting access to this book, how they should utilize this book?
Yeah, so there is this ebook called Essential Framework Handbook. So in this book, you will find a lot of frameworks which are used in different situations. What I told you, the STAR framework is for interview purpose. Now there are other frameworks which you use for other reasons. Let's say you are negotiating your salary. There's a framework. Let's say you are organizing a workshop. There's a framework. Let's say you are managing a project. There's a framework. So there are different categories, like different situations. Like there are frameworks related to leaderships, people management, strategic thinking, organizational change, execution, delivery, communication, self leadership, creativity. Now let's assume that you are brainstorming with your team. Okay, so let's say you want to generate some ideas with your team. So you can use this framework called idea generation, six thinking heads. So first you will gather all the facts, then emotions, then caution, then optimism, then creativity, and then the process. Similarly, let's say you want to do a risk analysis, risk management. So let's say you're working on a project and you want to identify the different points of failure which might come. Let's say you're into management role, then you can use this FMEA, very famous in Lean Six Sigma and a lot of other things. And similarly, let's say if I go back, just give me a moment. Let's say if I go back, zoom back and go back here. So similarly, so these are like some frameworks related to execution and all. But let's say you want to talk about presentation. Now let's say you are presenting some slides, right, related to data. Now there is one framework where you can, you can do storytelling with the data, right? So if whenever you're presenting any data points to the management, the framework is called what, so what, now what. So basically it says that, okay, what is your finding based on the data? Okay, because of that finding, what is the result or consequence or the implication? Okay, fine. You found out there is a data point, and then you found out the sales are low in that particular region. The third step is, okay, now what will you take as a recommendation or an action to improve upon that? So what, so what, now what? And similar,
Wow.
and similarly, there is also one more principle called pyramid principle. This is something which is used in McKinsey, where whenever you are talking about any, whenever you want to give any presentation, you talk about, you talk in terms of this. First, you'll make a point. You begin with your message, the main key takeaway. Like for example, we recommend investing 5 million into the product launch in Europe market. So first you start with kind of like the conclusion, the answer. Then you will give 3 4 points to explain why you feel that that is good. Again, there you have different frameworks like MEC and other things. So you'll give your reasoning, and once you give the reasoning, then you support this with different proofs and different kinds of evidences, data driven kind of thing you will do. Now this is like, yes, there are different frameworks used by different consultants, but what I did was I compiled what I feel are very easy to follow and what are the best. Now when you start following these frameworks which are there during your interviews, during your negotiations, during your presentations, you will be seen as a very senior person and you will be getting promoted very fast. Because,
Fabulous. So Sanjay, while these frameworks are kind of self-explanatory, if I read the book, two questions come to my mind.
okay,
Because I'm a beginner, my head also spins, right?
yeah.
I get panic also. So you tell me, number one, where can I find this book? That is number one question. Where can I find this valuable resource? Is it on the website? Is it on some top
Y-
mate? Is it somewhere? Is it somewhere hidden from everybody?
As of now, it's not yet uploaded to website, but it will be uploaded very soon, probably in the next couple of days. But
Wow.
you will also find the PDF in the history for sure in the COE.
O-
So
Okay. So the next question is, suppose I'm reading this material and I have some questions. Who do I mean? Of course, I'll reach you out. I'll reach out to you. I'll reach out to other leaders of the COE who can explain, who have experiences of different kinds with this. Uh, uh, so what's the best? I mean, how do I? Because see, I have the what I'm thinking is I have my day work or study. If I'm a student, I'm practicing something. So obviously, I cannot digest everything from this book in 1 day or 1 hour.
correct.
What is your best recommendation on how to utilize it along with my studies or along with my work? How do I use it?
I would say that you can start with any couple of frameworks which are there, something which is like in your day-to-day life, what you can use. Maybe pick one from the interview. Let's say you're in the interview phase, maybe you can pick one from the interview. And let's say if
Got you.
you're in a team management role, pick one. Let's say if you're an individual contributor, maybe go with presentation. So pick any one or two and try to implement them in your real life. And once that becomes natural, then slowly you can build. Like you don't have to use everything which is written. Like this is not like a textbook where you will go through every topic. So you can just skim through the book once, just go through all the contents once whenever you get free time. And then whenever you feel that you're stuck in a situation where you need better clarity of thought, then you can revisit this book and check. And in order.
As always, you are wonderful. That is why we were bent upon inviting you to this meeting. I know you were busy,
Actually,
but we did think that you must be invited. So,
yeah.
guys, I want to ask my audience Devendra, Madhu, Ravi, Sagar, Sai, Salim, Satinder, Vaishnavi, and other people. Uh, do you guys think that this kind of a thing, if we share with people, is it useful to you guys? These seminars like this, with whatever Prachi came up with, good case studies and examples, do these help you, or should we stop doing these seminars? What do you think, guys? Is
Yeah,
it helpful
hi
in
Arun.
any way? Yeah,
Yeah,
please
hi
go ahead.
Arun. Yeah, yep. Yeah. Thank you, Arun. Actually, these are very helpful. We are getting inputs on what to learn and insights on how the market is now.
Hmm.
So yeah, these are very helpful. Thanks, Sanjay, a lot for your helpful
Yeah,
insights here. Yep.
yeah. I would like to hear from one more person, just as a sample. Tell me if these are not interesting. Because Surya could use his time. Prem Sai can go do his own work. Prachi can be busy with her activities. I can get some free time. If you don't need it, we won't do it. But if you need it, these kind of things to be freely shared with people, we will continue to do this. So you guys decide. I want to hear feedback from one more person.
Yeah, and I'll also okay. In the meantime, I'll just cover one last point.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, sure.
when people generally go through these frameworks which are there, one question which people have is, okay, how do I apply them? I mean, these frameworks are very good, but how do I apply them? How do I convert them into real life situations and apply? So for that, there is a separate section called framework pathways. So basically, let's say you're launching a new project, so you can combine some of the frameworks and you can do it. So let me jump into the section. Let's say the company asked you to launch a new project or an initiative. So then what you can do, you can mix some of the frameworks which are there and you can use those. Similarly, let's say you want to become more productive in personal life. So let's say you want to enhance your personal productivity and you want to achieve your goals which are there. Now the new year is coming, so I'm sure a lot of people have these resolutions and everything. So probably you can use this pathway which is there, which will give you some clues and some hints on which frameworks you can use. Like GTD is there, SMART is there, WOOP is there, Eisenhower matrix is there, Atomic Habits framework is there, GTD again, the one which is mentioned before. So you can combine different frameworks to achieve one big thing, right? So it can be something related to your personal life, it can be related to your professional life as well. So that's how you can actually combine frameworks. It's not like you have to use only one framework for one situation. So that is the reason why this section was specifically included after getting the feedback.
Excellent. Okay, I'm still waiting to hear from somebody else. I know one person spoke. I'm waiting to hear from anybody else.
Hello.
Anybody that's attending.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi. Good evening and good morning. My name is Sagar Batani, and this session has given me the clarity on. So my background is Bachelor of Pharmacy, and currently working with the Cognizant as an healthcare data analyst. So this session has been really very helpful, and I'm planning to do the Microsoft Fabric, and as well as planning to do the Vishal Sir's SQL course.
I think you're on a good track. Yeah, I mean, SQL is like a basic bread and butter. So SQL has to be done. Fabric, yes. So, by the way, on a side note, we have just started with our Fabric batches. We have done just two exercises so far. So, if you want, you can reach out to the right people. The information is all there in our MS Fabric group, and somebody or the other will guide you. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you so much,
All
sir.
right. All right. Thank you so much for sharing your candid views on that. Um, so, guys, it's time to wrap up. I know all of us have been spending valuable time on this Sunday. Thank you so much for being here today, Surya. Sanjay, you were wonderful as always. Prachi, great job. Keep sharing. Keep bringing us nuggets of wisdom from everywhere. Prem Sai, thanks a lot. Akriti and other people, Abhijit, Patak, who have shared their portfolios at a high level. You guys are inspiring. Continue to inspire us with your good work. Thank you everyone for joining. We will meet again, and some of you are in the classes. So I think we will have those classes, whether regardless of whether in Azure or Databricks or Fabric or PySpark. Uh, for Fabric and PySpark, PySpark classes just started December 14th, and we will continue with those classes from the beginner to the advanced level. It's a 4 week class, 4 days a week. Sorry, twice a week. PySpark is twice a week in the morning on Saturday, Sunday, and Fabric is being taught 4 days a week. The information is all there in MS Fabric. There's a general group, so we all our groups are two-tier. One is a general, and one is the premium group. In general group also we share a lot of information. We try to reach out to a lot of people to get an awareness of what CEO is doing, what are new things coming up. So, guys, whenever Ashwarya, I think she helps us post a lot of new information. Sometimes Premsa is posting it. Sometimes I do some posting. Keep writing a lot of articles on global career services as well. So, regardless of whether you are studying something or you are needing resume optimization or LinkedIn optimization or what have you, uh, all those things are available. We also have a library. We talked about the freebies group. We have a group called Portfolio Group where people share their good work portfolios. We have an interview group. We have so many groups. So talk to any one of the leads like Prem Sai, talk to Sanjay, talk to anybody, talk to Singla, Parul Singla, talk to you will if you just write anything in any group, it'll be noticed, and somebody or the other will respond back to you within 24 to 48 hours usually. All of the leads guys are really busy working very hard for all the COE members and even the global members. They're writing articles, they're building projects, they're having these kind of discussions. I just hope that many people take advantage. If you're not able to join, make sure that you listen to the recordings, you listen to the words of wisdom. You can set up some time with some people and ask them, hey, I heard this seminar, although I could not be present. uh, I'll be thankful if you can share some words of wisdom on this topic a little bit more. Here's my background. As long as you write professionally to any one of the leads, they will either help you directly or point you in the right direction. Having said that, thank you everyone. Thank you. Bye guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you.